Designers' Days, that's truly our time.
For me, designing day is like looking for the future.
It's really an invitation every season to come back and do a little bit of an evaluation.
That's when everybody comes back very inspired from trips, from going somewhere, full of energy and full of new thoughts, and that we then bundle them into ideas.
I can always rely on this team. I mean, they're amazing. It's some of the most talented designers there are. It's a culture that I think is different from any other place. Everybody who walks through these doors, whether it's the brand center or the new Laces building, you have this feeling like you want to design something, or you want to test a product, or you want to start playing a sport that you haven't played in 10 years.
I think the Adidas is really leading in technologies. We put so much effort and input to that research, and always build on the already known successes that we have.
For example, the extreme lightweight technology, which we're using for the F50. And the F50, like you mentioned before, is the lightest football boot which we currently have at Adidas, and it is the lightest shoe across all the brands.
I mean, if we look at some of our best track and field athletes, for example, we have a range which is called Adi Zero, which is the fastest and the lightest in class. But we then look at those athletes and we really personalize the outfit for them.
Design football jerseys is something that I wanted to do since I was 15 years old. So when it came to reality, for me it was like a dream come true.
I experience football now in a totally different way than when I grew up. You see that ball, which you probably created yourself for the first time, being shown in the draw for a World Cup, and then you sit there with goosebumps because they show you a ball. On the other hand, you kind of think about all the internal struggles that happened here until you were able to get that ball on the market.
There's this really amazing thing that happens when a designer sits down with an athlete. The athlete is explaining what they need to do what they need to do in the season or within a game or a competition. And the designer is trying to achieve that. And it's things that have always been part of the brand ever since, even Adi Dassler, this sense of observation and communicating an idea and listening and being observant and listening to the needs of our athletes.
It's really like this cool blend of people that are just inspired to do something creative, and a lot of the design inspiration just comes from the utility of the shoe itself. And it's funny how you can just start mapping out on a foot like where you need to hold the foot or where you need to have cushion, and you start to build this thing, and it's kind of beautiful on its own.
It's monumental, but it's not monolithic. It really feels like you can connect to it in a certain way. And there's all these points of access to Adidas that you find, even though it's this brand that does everything and has so many products.